Hi friends, Charlie Ho. Now I'm back with another video. This is a continuous series that I'm started for CSS using Gulp, Sass and Less. The previous development environment that I have created for Sass and Less using Gulp, the URL would be mentioned in the description. So this environment, the one which I have created, the major problem is, let me show you. Now if you see, go over here and make this to 30. See, it's saying that is got compiled. Actually, what it is reflecting, the file got changed, but we are unable to know which file got changed. For this, we need to install a package called gulp print. install. Install. Till the time being it's installed, let's use it over here. Now, simply we need to print it over here. Print. Simple as that. Save it. Run this one. Okay. Now we're going to change the style.less. Make it 20. See, now it is showing which file got changed. So this is the way we can track the specific file got changed. Now we are going to deal with Sass less. For Sass, there are a couple of extensions. Currently we are using SCSS and another one is called SASS. These two are different in terms of writing codes for the Sass based CSS. So first of all, we're going to look into this one, how actually it works. First, we're going to differentiate certain things. Folder call Sass. Okay, Sass we already have. Okay, this is going to move from there to here. Okay, now create a new file, style.sass. We are good with this one. 3 styles. Now go to the gulp, this one. We need to make few changes over here. Let me put it this way, and we will do this way. Great. Now first of all, similar the one which we have did for, we're going to create a copy of this one. This is Sass. Okay, this will come over here. Sass. This will become over here. Oh, sorry, yeah. This will become over here, and we targeting at Sass. Great. Now open this one. Sass equal to Sass. It will target this one. Sass. It goes over here. This will go over here. Okay. Now we are good to go. What we have done, we have differentiated 3 types of languages. that will compile into the CSS. Sass, Sass and less. So we have done with this one. Let's write it print over here as well. We're done with this and this. Great. Now this will be come over here. Folder name we need to change it. This Sass will go to Sass underscore CSS, less underscore CSS, SS underscore CSS. Okay. NPM start. Okay, now we are good to go. First, what we're going to do, first of all, going to make changes into the less file. We're going to make the change into adding font size 20 pixel. Okay. We have changed the less styles.less. See, less CSS is created. Okay, simple is that, the one which we have done with these two parameters. Font size, okay, we mentioned font size twice. Do note, if we use the same property twice, it will only print one. Remove this one. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, now we're going to check the Sass CSS, it's got generated or not. Make it red. Okay, now it's got compiled, photos got created, and if I see, boom, the Sass is already working. So we have two things working fine. Now let's go with the Sass thing. So Sass, if I'll go with the body, okay, see the difference between this and this. This is an interesting point. Body, background color equal to red. Okay, see, as soon as I compile, let's first confirm this is fine, the Sass is fine, we are calling it this one, Sass is over here, and Sass CSS we are calling it, right? So go with this one and we press save. Boom, now we got an error saying that there is an indentation issue, sorry, bracket issue. You need to understand a couple of things. Sass, SCSS, it is a bracket based. So whatever the things you define in style, it should be encapsulated within the brackets. But in Sass, you do not need to write the bracket. It is the indentation based. It is the indentation based CSS styles. See, now it's done. Sass.css created. Boom, we are done with this one. The difference between Sass and the less I have already explained. So it is based on the convenient, the way you want to use it, which one suits your priority. Until unless you are very sure what you are doing, I prefer you go with the Sass SCSS or less. Sometimes people tend to make mistakes in indentation. There are several editors that will correct those. So this part is done. Now we are going to move into the next step, and that is parcels. How are we going to use the parcels? Remember, sometimes if you do coding, the separation of code is very important, the way you want to use it. So similarly, we are going to do with a Sass and less. How are we going to use the parcels? So let's start with this. Let's first close this one, close. So defining parcels, first of all, we need to do few things. Let's close this. Okay, now close this. I will create a simple reset file. Also reset file. Let's go with the reset. Make sure when you create the file, the parsers, it should be start with underscore. Okay, now we have done this. A simple, we're going to create body margin 0 pixel and padding 0 pixel. Okay, simple. We have created a parser. So we have created a simple. It is setting for body where a margin and padding would be 0 0. Now we need to import this over here. And the first line we need to write import keyword. Do understand this. Whatever the parsers you create that you're going to share across different files, it should start with underscore. And when you import those files, okay, you do not need to mention underscore. Okay, now we are good to go. Let's compile this. We got an error. What is it? Let's verify that. Missing error message. Okay, the problem with this one is that we using the import keyword. In this case, we need to mention where the files are located. Accordingly, we need to pick it from there only. So come over here and type pipe, same, the one which we are using, Sass. This contains an object called include paths. Okay, and here you need to mention where the files are located. In this case, this is where the files are located. I save it. Okay, now again if I save it, boom, files got compiled and the changes are coming. Suppose in a reset I am going to check another reset button. And margin equal to 0 pixel. I have changed it. This one. Now again I will check. Boom. The changes are coming fine. But there is a problem. The problem is that when I am changing this file, only when the changes going to only when the changes are going to happen, because we are targeting at this file only, right? Style of there. So what we're going to do, we're going to mark it asterisk. All Scss file, any file got changed, it should get reflected. And same goes with this one. Okay, save it, run this one. Now we are good to go. If I change 10 pixels over here, see the file got changed. Okay, and if you notice over here, the both the files got compiled, because the changes, the one which you are making in another file is reflecting in another. See, the changes are coming fine. So we able to use the parsers, the way it is work, the separation of logic, separation of files, or different modules that you are using. Accordingly you can separate it. Now give a glimpse of that one. Suppose if you same going to use in Sass CSS, How are you going to do it? Simple, same thing you need to do over here as well. Sass. Mind it, this is a indentation based. Body, margin, 10 pixel, padding, column. I have not mentioned I have not used the plugin for this one, due to which the syntax highlight is not working. Okay. Now in this one, here is a catch. In this one, instead of this @import, you not need to mention any quotes. It will work like that only. If we see this one, we have mentioned in quote, right? But in this case, we not need to mention any quotes. So suppose if I'll make any changes in this one, and I am going to make changes, okay, style.sass, boom, the things are coming fine. So this is how it works. Okay. So now our Sass is working, Sass is working, all those are working are fine. And if you have noticed, include paths we have mentioned in Sass, right? Not in this one. And it's compiling fine. Based on the requirement, accordingly you need to mention the parameter and it will work. Similarly, we're going to make changes over here, asterisk and asterisk. Now we need to recompile again and we go with the asset file. We're going to reset paragraph. This is the class I'm going to make. Reset paragraph. Line height 10 pixel. We have done it. Now if you see, boom, things are coming fine. So this is done for Sass and Sass. Now same we can try for less as well. Let's go ahead with that one too. Now moving to less file. First of all, we need to create a same file, the one which we are doing. Reset. Please note it down. In Sass specifically we need to mention underscore before that one is the parsers we create. In this case in less we not need to do that. So simply write body margin 20 pixel. Simple. Now here we need to import it. Import reset. This is done. Now in this one we need to make changes. Similarly, what we are doing over here, we need to use the include paths. Less. Now run this one. Now we have mentioned 20 over here. Okay, and reset. Boom, it got failed. It got failed because we need to mention extension over here as well. Yes, things are fine. Now try again. Boom, it's got done and we are getting 20. So our parsers is working fine over here. But there is a issue. We also want, as soon as we do this one 40, it should compile. But it is not happening right now. So what we need to do, there is an issue with this one. Suppose I'll put asterisk over here and less, and in the less asterisk over here. See what happened. We need to restart again and compile. Suppose I'm going to make changes into 50. See what happened. Boom. Now it created a new file. So we not need to, means this is not our requirement. We want only the master file should compile, and whatever the changes we are making, accordingly it will reflect over there. So what we need to do, instead of over there, we going to put style over here only. So what it will do, it will check for all the less file, but it will compile only this one. Similarly we can do over here as well, Sass and Sass, but we didn't. For the parsers we are using, specifically it is marked an underscore and those are not compiled. But for safer side, we can do the same thing over here as well. That is not an issue. Okay, similar thing we can do over here as well. Boom, things are done. Let me delete this file and again go mine it 70. Done. This is reflected and the file is coming fine over here. Same is done with Sass as well. I am going to change to 20. Sass is working fine. 20 is reflecting. Now go with Sass. Make it 30. Done. It is also got compiled and the changes are reflecting. Now we are able to see it. Parcels are working fine across all these three. So I believe it's all wrap up over here for the parsers. Tally ho!